Hi and welcome to Enlighten Us Online. I'm Leanne Williams. This morning we're out here with my friend Rodney, and we're going to give you an educational on training your horses for over the cavelletti on the lunge. So what you need to make sure first of all is that you go through our how to fit a cavesson and how to educate your horse to the cavesson, and then you also follow the instructions quite clearly on how to teach your horse to lunge, and that you've got really good lunging skills and your horse is very, very confident on the lunge before you start this phase of the training. In regards to the horse gear while we do the cavelletti, very important that the horses have boots on. So we work with a cavesson and with the boots. So we're going to move over to the cavelletti straight away. What I've got here is 6 blocks which I've set up into pairs and 3 poles. I don't like to do, there's no need to do any more than that, and it's not good to do just 2 because it gives the horses an inclination to jump the 2 of them. So what they've got to figure out is how to do is to put their feet at the trot between the poles of the cavelletti. Now I've also got them set out with alternating half sides up, so don't start with them on the blocks straight away. If you're teaching the horses to do it, they need to get exposure and confidence over half the side up. And also never put the poles on the ground. It's too easy for the horses to make a mistake when the poles are on the ground and then accidentally stand on a pole, roll with the opportunity of doing a tendon, ligament, worst case scenario breaking the bone. So only ever put them to half side up. So we're going to move over here now, and I'm going to show you how to step them out. And when we step them out, it's very important to step them out from the centre. I always start from the centre pole, which is just here, and step them out to my left and then step them out to my right. Now it's also really important that you get the distances right for the size of your horse. I work in so it can be anywhere between, we work with larger size horses, but 4.5 to 5.5 feet. 1 foot is 300 millimetres, so you can do your own measurements from there. So Rodney's, he's 16.2, so he's between 5 and 5.5 feet, depending on how forward and how much length I want in his stride. So I'm going to set them up at 5 foot today. So when I do it, I start in the middle of the pole, the middle of the centre pole, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are slightly shorter than what they should be, so I can just kick this block out 1/2 foot, and then kick this block out 1/2 foot, and then always remeasure. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Now we do the same thing from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 4.5 again. So we're going to push this side out slightly and this side out slightly, and then we remeasure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. So we'll do the initial phase of the education to the cavelletti is at the walk. So I'll just grab my lunge rein, and we're going to do the stretching, the normal stretching that we do on the cavesson work, and do a little warm-up. And then we're going to do a little warm-up at the trot, and then we'll come back and walk him over the cavelletti. So my lunge rein and my lunge whip are my 2 other pieces of equipment that I use. Lunging the cavellettis. Good. And around we come. The other thing I should also mention is that you should always wear gloves while you're lunging, and you should always have proper riding boots on, or proper work boots, not runners or thongs or anything that exposes your feet to the horse's feet. Good, so we're just doing a little warm up with the stretching. That's it. And then down here onto the circle, and we're going to have a little bit in the warm-up. Good, push the shoulder over. Him to walk out. Good boy. Now, trot around. Warm him up a little bit. He just needs a couple of circles. What I'm looking for in my little bit of a warm-up is he's stepping evenly around the line of the circle. I need him to be able to come in straight to these cavellettis. Come. Come in straight to these cavellettis. Good. So I need got good control when I need it. Good. And we'll do a couple of transitions. Make sure I've got my stop and my go. And to walk. Walk. Good. And walk. Good. And trot. Good. And walk. And walk. Well done, mate. We'll do one more. And trot. Good. And walk. Oh, you're right, we're done now. I'm going to bring him up to the cavelletti. 2 walk steps, 1, 2, 1, 2, perfect. And we'll also do that 3 times. So we'll walk him around on the line of the circle. And in he comes. 1, 2, 1, 2, well done. We'll do that one more time. So we're doing this to absolutely be confident that the horses are aware of how high they've got to lift their feet, to learn the process of staying in the middle of the cavelletti. 1, 2, 1, 2, perfect. And now we're going to ask him to pick up trot. And as we come around to the trot, he'll now put 1 foot in the middle of each cavelletti. Well done, mate. We need a little bit more activity there. So let's bring him forward. And around we come, peripheral vision, 8 in. Good, and then we come around again. And we're bringing forward. Well done, buddy. And through the centre. Nice. Good, we're going to take him down to the end of the arena. Well done. And do a circle here. Good. And we're going to do it one last time. Good, I'll look over my left shoulder. And we bring him in straight. Lovely. And we'll finish off with a circle down there. And the turning. Fabulous. And quietly back to walk. And we're going to repeat the same process on the other side. So I'm going to do a walking change of direction, so I'm going to bring him towards me, lead him back around here, and we'll come and repeat the same process to the right. So first of all, I'm going to walk him through, showing him exactly where I need him to go. 2 front leg steps to the right now. Because the horses are asymmetrical, good, often coming differently in each direction. Really important we have a comprehension of where their balance is at prior to doing it at the trot. The faster we go, obviously, the less control we've got of them. There's our 2 steps. Right. Now I can feel slightly drags to the right shoulder. So on my circle out here, I'm making him aware that he needs to keep that right shoulder a little bit more upright and not waste energy by letting it go to the right or to the inside in this direction. And we're coming through again. Good. And here we go. 1, 2, 2. Excellent. There he fell slightly to the right shoulder again. Now I'm going to send him out onto the bigger circle at the walk, and we're going to do the same thing. Keep walking. Turn him around the line of the, whoops, and he's trotting, so he just misunderstood there. So we'll come back to walk, walk. He's used to trotting them. Not doing an educational, no, we're walking. So I'm just going to do one more walk. Steady, good boy. Good, and we come through, we're looking for our 2 steps. 1, 2, 1, 2, and around we come. No, he's waiting for the trot. You can just walk. This is easy for you. Good. And we come around again. Steady. Good boy. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's excellent. We've got one more. Got flies biting him. Good. And our last one. So we're watching that he comes in dead straight. 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. Now he can have what he'd like. Let's trot. Good boy. And we'll come through dead straight. Good. And around he comes. We're going to run through this 4 times. And we get the peripheral vision, comes in straight. Lovely. And around we come again. Good. Lovely. Last time. Keep the energy level up. Horses have got to be pushing on the way in. Great. You can see how it gives them that extra bit of suspension. Good. We're going to turn and miss it this time and take him to the other end of the arena. Good. Where we're going to give him a walk, and I'm going to put both sides up. Good boy. I'm just going to unclip him momentarily. Okay. And I'll put the other side up. Good man. So, when we put the side up, keep the distances the same, but we had quite a bit of relaxation in that trot. Now, I'm going to have to get a bit more energy in the trot work. Now I've put both sides up, the distances are still the same. I'm going to make sure, double check that he hasn't moved them. 1, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to bring that in just slightly. I think it's moved. Always cross check. I know this horse, so I know he's a 5-foot horse. And we cross check again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they can move slightly. You know, they knock them, they just slightly slide out of position, and don't want any accident, do we? Now we've put the cavellettis up, we've got the trot, and we need to make sure that we've got it very energetic, because he needs a little bit more power now coming in. So, do one more circle here. I'm setting myself up visually for the centre of the cavelletti and physically. And if your horse is doing it for the first time, he's not going to be aware. So he was a little bit shy that time of stepping in the middle. Perfect now. So I just had to create a bit more power. That's right. That when we came through the cavelletti, that he's pushing through. You can start to see his core muscles come up. There you go, and the rounding out of the turn, mate. We'll do it one more time. It's a good trot. Trot should be tracking up. Well done. And we'll down here. Good. Very good. You can see the difference in the trot now. We've got a bit more tail in the neck. Core muscles are up. Look at the power. And we're going to walk. And walk. Ho, ho. Put the whip in front of him. Good. We'll do a walking turn. Come towards me. I'll get the right shoulder. Good. And around to the right side. Well done, buddy. My mobility of the jaw, and we're trotting. So now we're going to do the same thing on the right side. Create the power in the trot down here. The horses don't need to do more than 4 or 5 positions at a time. If you have a look at the cavelletti session of our educationals, you'll see I'll do 5 and then I'll go around the arena. And I'm going to do one more circle and then I'll do 5 on a second time. But I build the horses up to that level. We're looking in now, going through the centre. 1, 2, 3. Feet directly in the middle of the poles. Good, we come around again. 1, 2, 3, good. Feet directly in the middle of the poles. Well done, buddy. Feet directly in the middle of the poles. We're going to go one more time. Super. Come down to the end. Nice, powerful trot. Worked on suspension. We've worked on bascule. We've worked on flexibility of the joints. Worked on suppleness. We've worked on obedience. So many things can be worked on while we do the cavelletti. We're forward to walk. And walk. Good boy. Well done, buddy. And walk. So that's our cavelletti educational with my friend Rodney Rocket. And please, I'm just going to reiterate, before you get to the cavelletti stage, make sure that your lunging are very strong, that the horse's lunging skills and understanding of the lunge is also very strong, and take your time. This exercise can potentially hurt the horses. What we want to do, we want to develop their education. So we'll see you again next time.